Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yazira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, this is Shireen Crutchfield.
And this is Ricky Jones.
And we are Crutchfield Jones.
Hey, this is Corey Day.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Eves the Fourth.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, what's shaking? This is Noel Gordine, and you're listening to my man, Troy Saunders, on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast, baby.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new year. Yeah, Happy New Year. I hope everybody had an enjoyable holiday season. I know I did. You know, I ate till I couldn't eat anymore. Now it's time to get in the gym and get my body snatched again. Anyway, I am so glad and that you are here at the BAAS Entertainment Podcast, where you get the listening experiences for the indie artist aficionado. Yeah. In other words, you just get some good old music, y'all. That's what you're going to get up over here. Whether it's jazz, R&B, house, you're going to get a little inspiration. You know, we give you a little bit of everything. As long as it makes you feel good, we play it here. It's all about feeling good. And you know what? If you want to feel good, you need to check out the artist that we have on today. Her name is Miss Cecily, yes. And I got to give a shout out to Miss Mickey Howard. You know, Mickey Howard is the one that turned me on to this incredible artist. She was posting her music on her Instagram page. And I said, oh my God, this girl is incredible. I love to feel like I said, anything that makes you feel good, I'm in it. And Cecily definitely makes you feel good. You know what? I'm going to play a little something from 2013, I believe, when this song came out. And it's called Heaven in Your Eyes. I always want to say Heaven in Your Arms because it reminds me of RJ's latest arrival, Heaven in Your Arms. So I always want to say Heaven in Your Arms, but the name of the song is called Heaven in Your Eyes. But it does take a little sample from that song. But we're going to talk about that when Cecily comes on. But I want to give you a little bit of this song. Once again, it's from 2013, and it's called Heaven in Your Eyes.
Go ahead and rock with it.
I got something to say.
Well, then head them off the top with it. Yeah.
I hope you listen.
Yeah.
Honey, there is something you should know. I'm falling so in love with you. And I've been holding back for way too long. I'm done fronting. So here goes the truth. When I look at you, I see heaven in your eyes. And when you're holding me, I feel heaven in your arms. And when I think of you, I see heaven in my mind. Don't you know that you are everything I want? Honey, I know there is something here that's special. I hope you see it too. Cause when you're near to me, it feels so sweet and right, babe. Do you feel it too? Cause when I look at you, I see heaven in your eyes. And when you're holding me, I feel heaven in your arms. And when I think of you, I see heaven in my mind. Don't you know that you are everything I want? Life's too short to waste time.
Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing, y'all, because I want you to leave y'all wanting a little bit more. I want you to want some more. In order to get some more, you're going to have to go and download it. You're going to have to subscribe. You're going to have to share. Come on, you got to support these independent artists. Independent artists out here doing it for themselves, and they need our support. That's why I love doing this podcast, because first of all, I hear a lot of great music, but I get to support something that I really believe in, and it's independent music. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Miss Cecily.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for having me, Troy.
Oh, my pleasure. Like I said in my opening, the minute I heard your voice, I was like, oh my God, she's got to come on here. If anybody is going to make the people feel good, it's going to be her.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, you're in DC. You still live in DC?
Yeah, I live right outside of DC in Maryland. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And you was born and raised in DC, huh?
Yeah, I was born in DC, and I kind of grew up between DC and Maryland. And if anyone knows that area, kind of grew up between PG County and Annapolis and uptown DC. So kind of all over the place. So yeah, I'm the DM of the DMV. That's where I grew up.
Okay. So did you always, I'm sure you always had a thing for music. I'm sure it probably was played in the house, and, that's how it usually comes up, how it usually gets in our veins.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you have any?
That's what it was for me, for sure.
Did you sing in the church or outside venues, anything like that while you was a kid?
A little bit here and there. I did join my church choir when I was in middle school, but I wasn't like a soloist. I just stood in the second row, the alto section. But it wasn't until I was 13 I was 13, and I saw a flyer in my neighborhood advertising voice lessons. And I asked my mom if I could take voice lessons. And so after some convincing, I had to convince her a little bit, because she didn't really know that I like singing, because I never did it in front of anybody because I was real nervous. So I just sang to myself, but I always loved singing. And so I convinced her, and I started taking voice lessons age 13. I took classical voice lessons, actually. So I sang classical music all through high school and part of college as well. I did all the choirs and classical choruses, gospel choirs, a cappella groups, everything. I was just always singing. But I didn't study music in school, but I actually studied political science in college and got my degree in political science and Black studies. But I kind of knew by my junior year of college that I really wanted to sing as a career. So that was kind of the beginnings of it.
So do you think you got that political science degree because your parents said, you better have something to fall back, or you can't be going out there singing? I know my parents always had that in the back of their head, You can't be, singing is a hard industry. You better have something to fall back on to make some money.
There was some of that, but I honestly think it was partially my own decision, because I went into college wanting to work in diplomacy and international development. That's what I had always been really interested in outside of music. And so I started, my college career thinking that's what I was going to get my degree in. That's what I was going to do. And then halfway through college, I just realized that industry wasn't a good fit for me. And what I really wanted to do was help people, and that maybe I could do that through my other love, which had always been singing. And so I started trying to write my own songs more and just experimenting a little more. And my cousins, who had worked kind of in and out of the music industry for a couple of decades, tried to help me, introduce me to some people. And I just started trying to figure it out, because, the music industry can be a beast. So I just started trying to figure it out. And my parents were really supportive, actually. I finished my degree because I was still very interested in everything I was studying, and I just wanted to keep learning more. But I kind of knew I just wanted to sing. Yeah.
Now, what made you pick those majors even before you got into college? What made you want to do political science initially? Was it living in DC and seeing everything that was going on, or what triggered that love?
It was actually my 8th grade teacher. And I feel bad now. I don't remember her name. Oh my goodness. But she taught 8th grade geography. And she had, geography, you think you're just like memorizing like rivers and stuff like that, Mm-hmm. But she really went deep into kind of economic development theory, and she had us kind of starting to understand. We even visited the IMF and the World Bank and started to understand what those organizations did. And she had done the Peace Corp in Togo. And so I decided that's what I really wanted to do. I was like, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to get my degree in international relations, and then I'm going to do the Peace Corp for 2 years in Africa, and then I'm going to go work for the United Nations. Like, that was my goal. I was like, I want to work for the United Nations. Like, I was studying French and English are the 2 official languages of the UN. So I was like, I'm going to become fluent in French, and I'm going to work in Francophone West Africa. And, that was my kind of impetus. And then when I got to college and I started learning more about the development industry and kind of the history of colonialism and how that kind of plays into the development industry now and neo-colonialism, I just realized it wasn't for me. It didn't align with who I really am and what I really want to do. And so I just decided, you know what? There are other ways to help people, and I can do that with music.
All right, now shout out your schools. Now, where'd you go to school at?
So I went to Elizabeth Seton High School, for anyone who's in the DMV area. And then I went to Swarthmore College, which is a tiny liberal arts school outside of Philly. My mom went there too, actually. So I had a little bit of a legacy with Swarthmore. She used to take me there as a little girl and be like, "Don't you want to go here when you're older?"
She was planting that seed.
Right. The seed had been planted very early on. So it was a really tough school, very intellectually rigorous, I'll say. But I made some great friends there, and I definitely learned a lot. So shout out to Swarthmore.
Yeah, shout out. Let's give him some hand claps. And then you taught when you came out of school, huh?
I did. How did you find that out? You little detective.
Ooh, that's what I do.
Well, I did mostly substitute teaching. I did a lot of things when I graduated college because, I was out here trying to be an independent musician and ain't no money in that, at least for a while. So I was doing independent tutoring, just one-on-one, like all ages. Literally, I had a 6-year-old student. I had a graduate school student whose papers I was editing. I had a high school student who I was prepping for SAT. I was doing that. And then I was also substitute teaching at a high school here and there. I did a long-term substitute position for a while. I did like 3 months. Shout out to teachers, man.
Yeah.
I know you're exhausted, and I feel for you. Because I was so exhausted. I realized I did not want to be a full-time teacher. But yeah, I worked at a restaurant for a little while. I did all types of things. But then I realized that working in service industry wasn't really my thing. But so I kind of leaned more into the teaching and the tutoring. But then for the past 6 years now, I've just been full-time music, which is beautiful.
All right. It's wonderful that you can, make a living and, support yourself in it, because it's so hard.
It is. It's tricky. I mean, luckily, I've been able to, I still teach actually, but now I teach voice lessons. So I've been able to kind of build my, my most stable source of income around teaching voice. And I really enjoy that as well. It kind of takes, because I always like teaching, especially one-on-one, like I always like tutoring. I did that, in college as well. That was like my other job in college is I ran a mentoring and tutoring program. So I find that I'm able to kind of take that love I have for that one-on-one kind of teaching experience of helping people figure things out and finding new ways to describe things for people, ways to keep people engaged, and also just my love of voice. And what I love about teaching voice is, for me, I think it's different than teaching other instruments, right? Because It's much more vulnerable. It's much more personal. And it's also much more about just embodiment, about being in touch with your breath, in touch with your body, in touch with your emotions. You need to do that with all instruments, honestly, to give a pure, authentic, genuine performance. But I think with singing, you kind of have to start there.
Yeah.
I mean, you start with the technical, but you have to start with the breath. You have to start with being in tune with the breath. You have to start with being in tune with your body and listening to your body, feeling your body. And I really enjoy guiding people through that process. So I really love teaching voice. Yeah.
I bet you're great at it too, because you have the voice for you, very soothing. You're like, and now, Well, we had a voice teacher that wasn't very soothing when we was in high school.
Oh, yeah. I've heard some stories. People have some really traumatic experiences, because it's hard I always try to stay always on the positive. I like to push people out of their comfort zone, push people to grow, but you have to be very gentle, because when you're critiquing someone, you're not just critiquing their performance. A lot of people feel like you're critiquing them because your voice lives inside of you, right? So you got to be gentle. And some people don't have that, don't have that gentleness. Yeah.
Well, in my case, she was trying to control like 80 kids in the choir too. So
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
So she'd have time to be polite all the time. It's like, shut up and sit down. Let's get to work.
I know. I actually was working at a music school, this like summer program this past summer, and I was doing the choir class, and have a whole bunch of 6 and 7-year-olds. And I'm more of a free type of person. I just 6 and 7-year-olds, and I meant to sit down all day long, so I would just have them, we're singing, but we running around. We can sing and move around at the same time. And the other teacher would come in and be like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're fine." But yeah, doing the group thing, that's a whole other challenge.
Right?
Yeah.
But so who were your influences? When I hear your voice, I hear Little Minnie Riperton.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I wonder if that was one of your influences.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. There's so many. It's hard to, but I will say this. My mom is a huge Minnie Riperton fan. And so I grew up listening to a lot of Minnie Riperton. And I always loved her music, and I loved her voice. I love the way she mixed kind of sensuality and innocence at the same time. I feel like she gave herself the freedom to kind of express the fullness of her like womanhood and femininity. And I always found that really beautiful. But I think it's something I didn't appreciate till I got older. It's something I didn't kind of fully appreciate till I got older. When I was younger, like in the 90s, I was a huge Lauryn Hill fan. I remember watching her win all the Grammys that night for Miseducation. And just like, I just was so in love with her. I was just like, I want to be Lauryn Hill. I started because she had the locks. I didn't have locks, but I wore my hair in little twists. And then I would put the hat over it. Like I was even trying to look like Lauryn Hill. I just loved Lauryn Hill. And I was just kind of obsessed with her genuineness, the way she kind of just bared her soul.
Yeah.
And so even though I don't think necessarily a lot of my music kind of harkens back to her sound, I think that I still feel very connected to that kind of just genuine kind of expression that she represents for me. And then also I grew up listening to a lot of Shaka Khan, Anita Baker, Phyllis Hyman, Luther Vandross. I love Faith Evans too. I'm like a huge Faith Evans fan. I love her voice so much. So there's a lot of people. And then current artists who I really love, like my current kind of like fangirl moment is Leanne LaHavis. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's based in the UK.
You throw the name of me, I got to write down. Hold on.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. She's a British artist who kind of blends a soul with some jazz, with some kind of like indie rock and a lot of elements too. But I just love her.
Spell that one out for me.
Oh yeah, Leanne, Lianne, and her last name is LaHavis, Havas. And she's British. I think she's from London. She's from London, I'm pretty sure. But she's half Jamaican and half Greek. So that's kind of her origins there. But I literally was watching just old YouTube live performances of her the other day and just staring lovingly at the TV like, oh, I just love her so much. Yeah.
Well, now that you mentioned it, I got to check it out. Check her out. Most definitely.
Please do. Her last album came out in 2020. I'm still waiting for her to tour it because, I've seen her 3 times now. She's come to like the DC area. I never miss her, but she hasn't toured this album yet. And it's my favorite album of hers. So I'm just patiently waiting.
Okay. When she does come, I have to check out myself.
Yeah, definitely. She's very just like, she really captures your attention. Like you feel like you can't look away. She has like a magicalness about her. Yeah, I'll stop fangirling now. But yeah, definitely love me and love it.
When you said Shaka Khan, I was like, that's my girl. I mean, when she got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year, I had to go to the Barclays Center.
Oh, boy, beautiful. Yeah.
I was in there yelling my head off. And then,
you know what's funny? Go ahead. Sorry.
I said, and the funny thing about it, the person sitting next to me was like, before the show started, they asked, well, so who is your favorite artist on the bill tonight? Why are you, what brought you here this evening? I said, Shaka Khan. What are you kidding? He said, really? I was like, all right, see, why are you even up here? Apparently you don't know, you haven't been educated.
Right.
Okay.
Nah, Shaka is a beast. I love Shaka Khan. And, what's funny is that my dad always loved Shaka Khan, and so one time, this was years ago now, maybe 10 years ago now, the Howard Theater in DC, they had a gala and one of their honorees was Shaka Khan. And my godmother was on the board of the Howard Theater at the time. So she invited me to go. She's like, come, meet people, mingle. And so I saw Shaka Khan sitting at the table not too far from me. So I walked over to say hi to Shaka Khan. And my dad had told me earlier, he's like, if you meet Shaka Khan, tell her I said hi. And so I said, hi, I just want to say hello. I really love you. And, I'm trying to keep it cool because it's Shaka Khan. And I was like, and my father told me to tell you hello. She said, oh, what's your father's name? And I told her my dad's name. She said, oh, I don't think I know him. I was like, yeah, you don't know him. He just loves you. But she is so sweet.
She is a sweetheart. Everybody
and
always
gorgeous
said,
too.
Okay, and 70 years old and still looking like she's like 30. Everybody thinks she's, pain in the butt or something. I'm like, are you kidding? If she likes you and she knows you and she is sweet. She just don't hold back. That's all it is. She's gonna tell you
she's real.
She's real. That's
she's
all.
Real. You can't be mad at that.
Not at all.
Hi, this is Melvin Lee Davis, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on BAAS Entertainment Podcast. Come on, get you some.
So let's get back to your music. Another song that I was listening to, I think it came out in 2015.
You're going in the archives today.
Oh, that's what I do. I start in the archives and I just bring you up to the forefront, to the modern times, shall we say. Never Enough.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. We're going to get to the Pisces one too, because I'm assuming that you're a Pisces.
I am, yes.
And so am I. See.
Oh, okay.
See, and I'm guessing that song came out on your birthday.
It did come out, I think, a day after my birthday, but yeah.
Because it said March 9th. I said, I bet she put it out on her birthday.
Yeah, my birthday's the 4th. I think I released it that same week.
So, So, and please, what you saying there is so true. I'm like, wait, she definitely is a Pisces because she's singing everything how I feel about stuff.
I wrote it just for us.
Okay. Shout out to the Pisces folks out there.
Yeah, shout out to the Pisces and all the water signs.
Right. But we got to hold Pisces dear to our hearts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Never Enough. Let's do that one first before we bring up Pisces.
Okay.
It's off your first EP.
Mm-hmm.
And which you had.
Which is self-titled. Yeah.
It's called Cecily. So y'all, if you ever, if you love what you're hearing, well, you didn't hear it yet, but I'm going to play it. I know you're going to love it. Go on over to your listening platforms and download this. Do they have a way to buy a hard copy?
Yeah, you can buy a hard copy on my Bandcamp or my website. Yep. I have a CD of this project, which is Cecily, Cecily. Yep.
Oh, so I should say, I've been saying Cecily. It's Cecily.
It is. It's Cecily. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. Everybody does that. I understand. It's Cecily Tyson. So everyone goes to Cecily first. But
right.
My mom did a little different. I'm Cecily.
Oh, so I'm stand corrected. And we are going to listen to Cecily's Never Enough. I love this song. Check this out, y'all. I know y'all like that out there. I know y'all do. Because I know I do. I love that little bass in there.
Mm-hmm. It's a good bass line.
Yes, it is. It just makes you feel good. I'm like, boom, doom, doom, doom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, Heaven in Your Eyes and Never Enough were produced by the same producer out of Chicago. His name is Steven. His producer name is Miggity Maestro, Steve Miggity Maestro. So shout out to Steven in Chicago.
Yeah. Shout out Steven Miggity Michael. Miggity, say that again.
Miggity Maestro.
Oh, Miggity Maestro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Miggity Maestro.
And he does a lot of house music as well.
All right. Well, I like what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds good. So then after that, you came out with Pisces. That's what we was going to talk about, Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already talked about it. Should we just go on and play it?
Sure, we can go on and play it.
I'm trying to get as much music in as possible so people can say, all right, to give them an idea of what, piqued my ears and, let them feel the love. So here we are. We're going to play Pisces, y'all.
I've swam in waterfall that stung my bed, and all I ever needed was to go back. 'Cause even things that hurt make you feel alive. And all I ever wanted was to live before I die. 'Cause there's a river in me, and it pushes my feet in that certain forward motion. There's an ocean in me, and it won't let me sink, but it's drawing me out. Wash away myself down. I found myself searching along the shore, not ever really knowing what I'm looking for. Caught in the mezzanines of a different me, still insecure and graceful and damn sure free. 'Cause there's a river in me, and it pushes my feet in uncertain forward motion. 'Cause there's an ocean in me, and it won't let me sink, but it's drawing me out. Wash away myself down.
Yeah, see, this song is what's giving me that Minnie Riperton feel. Yeah, this is such a Minnie song. If Minnie was alive today, she would sing that. But she wasn't a Pisces.
Yeah, we pulled a lot from Denise Williams too on that one in terms of like production style as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, they were good friends and they sang together on a lot of stuff too. With Stevie Wonder.
They both. Yeah, they both work with Stevie.
Yeah.
Yep. And actually, one of my favorite Minnie Riperton songs, Every Time He Comes Around, Denise Williams is doing the backgrounds on that.
I remember
and
that
the whistle
song.
register. Yeah.
I love both of them. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one like either one of those. You know, I think of some, you know, people that are out now and I'm like, Minnie and Denise inspired generations of singers.
Yes, definitely.
You know, and matter of fact, I don't think Denise Williams gets as much love as she should. You know.
Yeah, I would agree. Considering, like, I was just thinking about her discography a few months ago and just how prolific it was. I mean, she had like a top pop hit in the 80s with Let's Hear It for the Boy, you know, and as well as obviously Free is basically we talk about jazz standards, but there's certain songs that are R&B standards at this point, you know, and Free is one of those. That's an R&B standard right now.
Yes,
like
it
I can
is.
go into any open mic, probably a jazz jam too, and be like, I want to sing Free, and everybody will know it. Like it's one of those songs. So yeah, she definitely, and then Black Butterfly, you know, such a beautiful, just like I've sang that at a lot of memorial services, even, you know, Black History Month celebrations. It's just one of those songs that is timeless. So yeah, she deserves a lot of recognition for her kind of just groundbreaking career, really.
Yes. Shout out to Denise Williams. We love you, girl.
I love you.
Now, this Pisces song wound up coming off the EP Songs of Love and Freedom in 2019. You released it in 2018, but this was like the single that led up to this EP. Now, you wind up getting a Wammie Award, which is it's a DC, isn't that a DMV
Yeah, it's the Washington Area Music Awards. They call it the Wammie Awards. And I won Best Soul Album for that, which was really beautiful. And I felt really proud of this project because Songs of Love and Freedom was the first album that I really, not that I did on my own. I mean, I obviously had a lot of collaborators and wonderful musicians and producers that I worked with, but it felt like purely my brainchild, like I was so intimately involved in every little thing, from the arrangements and the kind of sonic landscapes that we created and the sequencing of the album and the cover art, and like everything was very purely from my own kind of inspiration. And so it felt really personal, and it made me so much more proud of it to know that, I was really the driving force of this particular project. And I learned a lot in the process as well. And I worked with like I said, with the Cecily EP that came out in 2015. I was working with my cousins at that point who were based in New York and Chicago, and they were kind of putting me in touch with people they knew. And so it was kind of experimental, just writing with, different people like Steve in Chicago and amazing, prolific producer named Benjamin Wright in LA. And so but it felt like it was me just trying different things, whereas with the Songs of Love and Freedom album, it felt like me. It felt like I had found the sound I wanted. It felt like I had found the messaging. I found what I wanted to say. And I worked with all, locally based musicians and producers on this record. So to get an award that was, voted on by my peers in my region, it was very affirming for me.
And I was going to say that I agree with you, what you said, but the first album definitely sounds like something. I mean, I love the work on it, but it does sound like you haven't done anything else like Heaven in Your Eyes again. That sounds like something that somebody put together for you, or that you enjoyed singing it. But the next things that you did after that seemed like it was more of your niche. It's more of what you were looking to do with your music.
Exactly. I mean, when I was working on Heaven in Your Eyes and that whole Cecily EP, I had literally just graduated from college. Actually, some of that stuff I wrote and recorded in college. So I was very young, I'm in my early 20s, 20, 21 years old, and kind of just figuring stuff out. And by the time I was, recording and releasing the Songs of Love and Freedom album, I was 27. I was married. It's just I was in a different space. I felt more grounded, and I think that comes through in the music as well.
Oh, definitely. Let's play another one off of that. Let's play song for Bobby Smith.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
It is beautiful, isn't it? I love this song. Hey, check this out, yo. This is Song for Bobby Smith. I hope you enjoy it.
In our hearts, we feel that spring is just around the corner. A spring of brotherhood and united spirits among people of color. Everyone is moving, searching. There's a restlessness within our souls that keeps us questioning, discovering, and struggling against a system that will not allow us space and time for fresh expression. But we, as Black people, have been a source of endless energy, endless beauty, and endless determination. I have many things to tell you about tomorrow's love and light. We will see you in spring. Gil Scott-Heron. Ain't you been there?
beautiful is that? Oh my God. I love the vibe of that song. It's so uplifting. It's kind of almost, some of those chords are kind of churchy.
Mm.
You know, it has a little a church vibe to the chords in that song a little bit. It's jazzy, churchy, soulful, uplifting. I just love it.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's a Gil Scott-Heron song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And every other song on the project Songs of Love and Freedom is one that I wrote myself, you know, lyrically and melodically, and or co-wrote with someone. And but when I was making the album, I just felt like the song fit. And it had always been my favorite Gil Scott-Heron song. I'm a huge Gil Scott-Heron fan. I probably should have mentioned him earlier. We were talking about influences because of, you know, just his storytelling abilities, the way that he, you know, the chords he chooses and the production style, like all of that. Winter in America is one of my very, very favorite albums ever. Mm-hmm. That this song is off of. And when I was younger, I remember in middle school and high school, I was like deep in my mom's kind of like music collection. And this was the age where she had taken all her CDs and put them into her iTunes. So I could just go on her computer upstairs in her office in our house, and I could just sit there and I would just listen to her music for literally hours. And this is one of those songs that I listened to on repeat, like just over and over again, because it was just so healing, so peaceful, so relaxing. And so when I was looking at the album sequencing of Songs of Love and Freedom, right before this song in the album is a song called Hope, which is a really beautiful song, but it has an intensity to it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I thought that putting Song for Bobby Smith right after would be, you know, just a breath in terms of the listening experience in the album. And I want to give a shout out to my good friend, Drew Kidd, who played keys on that for me. We had met in an artist in residence program, maybe 6 months before we recorded this. And I remember one day we were talking and somehow we stumbled upon Gil Scott-Heron, and we both just started gushing about Gil Scott-Heron for like, you know, 30 minutes to an hour. And then I was like, you know, I've actually been thinking about doing this record for my album. Would you want to play for me? He was like, oh my God, thank you. Yes. You know, and we did that just, it wasn't like a lot of music. You record the music separately and then you record the vocals separately. And with this one, I think we just did 3 takes together, and we just chose one that felt the best. And because it's not something you can do separately, we had to be in the same space and kind of be looking at each other and like feeling it out. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that one came out. And I wanted to include on the original song, Gil Scott-Heron kind of talks in the beginning about why he named the song for Bobby Smith. And I always liked that little spoken part. So I wanted to add like a spoken element in the beginning. And so I chose that quote is actually from the album notes of Winter in America. And I just love that he ended with, you know, I have so much to tell you about tomorrow's love and light, and we'll see you in spring. Because I just feel like that's such a powerful message of hope, of, you know, of healing, of, you know, constantly reimagining our future and having it be one of love and light. So yeah, I could keep talking about it, but yeah, I do love that song. And I'm always very cautious when I touch the, you know, the work of the masters. But I'm happy with how it came out.
Yeah, you did an incredible interpretation. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, this is Corey Day, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on the BAAS Podcast.
And I was going to shout out to Drew, Mr. Drew Kidd, because I love all the interludes that you did on there. And I'm like, oh, who's playing? I mean, I already knew because I read the credits, but he is really doing a great job on it. I love his style.
Yeah, he's beautiful. And he really gifted me those interludes. It was, he was kind of helping me, like I said, with the album sequencing. And I said, you know, there's some moments that I feel like need an interlude. Do you have anything? And he was like, oh, I have some ideas. And he gave me those and we kind of made it work. We just took the same idea and just slowed it down a little bit here and there, depending on where it fit. But yeah, shout out to Drew Kid. Love you.
Yeah, shout out. You know, I want to play one more song off that album.
Okay.
Don't Hide the Sun.
Okay, yes.
That's another one of my favorites off here.
Same.
Because I'm all about the sun being out. I can't stand it when it's cloudy.
I'm the same way.
So, well, that's the Pisces thing. You know, we always want to live in the light. So,
yes, we do.
This is another one. Yo, let me tell you, if you are enjoying what you're listening to, please support Cecily. Please support her. Go over to Bandcamp, buy the CD. If you don't want to buy it or you don't have the money to buy it, go to Spotify, whatever, download it, share it. Share it with other people. Because maybe you can't buy it, but somebody else that you know can buy it, and you shared it with them, and they said, "Oh, I got to get this for my own self." So, you know, let's just keep the word out there. Let's keep everything moving, because she is so deserving. This music is so moving. It's so pure. It's so uplifting. It's so regenerating that it needs to be shared, especially in this day and age when it seems like everything is there's a lot of negativity around us. We need something to hold on to that's positive. And this is definitely one of those things. So
thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. So don't hide the sun, y'all. Let the sun shine. And check this out. Once again, another beautiful song. I am so glad that, you know, I feel like I've been in the dark because I'm just finding out about your music, but I'm so glad that I'm walking in the sunshine now.
Oh, thank you. It's never too late. Never too late.
Right?
I want to give a shout out to my feels like a brother now, Aaron Abernathy, who co-wrote that one with me and produced it. And he really helped coach me through this album too, because, you know, I was like, Aaron, I think I'm gonna just do like 3-song EP, maybe 4 songs, because I don't have a lot of money, He was like, sis, don't worry about the money. Just keep making the music and it'll happen. Just do as much as you feel like you want to do to tell, to get the story out there, to make the music. He's like, just make the music. Just make the music. Don't worry about anything else. And as I was, thinking, okay, I want to add more songs to the album. It feels incomplete. He sent me, just this little keyboard loop. And I was like, ooh, I like this. And it became Don't Hide the Sun. So shout out to Aaron Abernathy.
Yeah. All right. And I was saying, after this album, you just kept it moving. 2019, you really had your creative juices flowing in those 2 years between 2019 and 2018, huh?
I did. Yeah. I was just kept writing. And I came out with Awakening Part 1.
And that's another one. You got Best Female Artist and the 2020 Wammie Award, Best Song, Soul Song, and what else? Oh, Best New Soul on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was doing your thing.
This project definitely got a lot of love, and the lead single, Clumsy, is still definitely a fan favorite. I'll call it that. Definitely a fan favorite.
Well, I definitely got an asterisk next to it on my playlist right now. So I said, I got to play that, and it's funny, I just go by listening to the records and what excites my ear. And I don't really look at what's a single, what's not the single, whatever. I just play the album and I say, oh, this is the one. That's the one. This is the one. And I kind of like it that way because I think sometimes on an album, some of the best songs aren't even the singles.
Yeah, that's true.
But Clumsy was a single and is one of the best songs on the album too. I love this song. So
yeah, and also shout out again to Drew Kidd, because we co-wrote this song along with Malik Hunter, who plays bass on it. Drew played keys and also did the horn arrangements, which are like one of my favorite elements off this whole project are the horn arrangements on Clumsy. So shout out to Drew.
Yes, shout out. You got to give him some hand claps. So this is Clumsy, y'all. I love everything that you do. I just love your voice, the way it floats over the music. It's like a butterfly. It just floats over the wind and how it flows. I just love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad I've found your music.
Me too. I'm very glad. Thank you again to Mickey Howard. You know, it's funny. I noticed like 4 years or maybe 6 years ago now, I was like, oh my God, Mickey Howard is following me on Instagram. And you know, sometimes people just follow you, but they're not really following you. And then she started replying to my stories saying like, sing it, baby. I was like, oh my God, it's Mickey Howard. So yeah. So yeah, I just, you know, she's a legend, you know. I was just listening to Love on the New Management the other day on the radio. So shout out to Mickey Howard. Thank you for supporting me.
Yes. And thank you for turning me on to Mickey. Yeah, that's another thing. You know, Mickey was on the podcast, and it's funny. It's like, wow. I mean, she's like shocked. They matter of fact, they're good friends, and they are just so down to earth. It's just so cool, and to have her still follow what I do and turn me on to different things, and you know, if I post something, she puts a like and love. I'm like, wow. You know, I remember when I was listening to her music and just like, oh my God, and enamored. And now it's like, hey, if I can, you know, text her a message, she responds, you know.
It's surreal, yeah.
You know? So surreal.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor, and I'm hanging out with my man, Troy Saunders, on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast.
So another one off this album that I love is No Room for Fear. I can't read my own handwriting. That's what it is.
Yeah. So No Room for Fear is also co-written with Drew Kidd and Malik Hunter. Those are the two songs we did for this project. I started working on No Room for Fear with Malik. It actually, a lot of my songs start off as just, I don't really play that well. Like I play keyboard like a touch, but not really that well. So most of my songwriting starts off as just melody and lyric ideas, and some come to me really easy. And this was one of those. I was backstage at another performance and was waiting to go up, and I just heard, you know, at the beginning of the song, and I just recorded it, you know, just recorded the whole first verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. And I was like, that's good. I like that. Like, I can tell when things have some sticking power, you know? And so at the time, me and Malik were meeting up every couple of weeks to just work on ideas. And we started working on this one. And I said, let's bring in Drew. Let's bring in Drew. And Drew helped us kind of write the vamp. And, you know, he really plays piano. So then it started to really turn into something. So shout out to Malik and Drew. But that's a little bit behind the process. I wrote this particular song about my husband.
So is it another song that you want me to highlight? I mean, I'm playing the stuff that I love, but is something else?
No, I love it. I love knowing what you're drawn to. It's a good, like, I don't know. It's fun for me.
Because I'm wondering, it's like, he's picking all the Drew and Malik songs. I don't have time to shout out somebody else to help me with the album.
No, it's fine. I love whatever you love, for sure. You know, this one, I'll say as a little intro before you play it. Like I said, I'm a huge Anita Baker fan. In addition to her being an amazing vocalist, obviously, I love her songwriting. Mm-hmm. Like, I love the way she writes love songs in like a very mature and also, what's what I'm looking for? Just loving way. Mm-hmm. You know, like, she just has so many amazing love songs. And so this song was kind of like a challenge for me. Like, can I write a good love song like Anita Baker? Like, so that was kind of my personal mission with No Room for Fear is, can I write like Anita Baker worthy, you know, love ballad?
You just, you know, once you say Anita Baker, I love compositions. That's like my favorite album by Anita Baker. I just love that album. But we're not going to get off topic. We're going to play No Room for Fear. And
all right.
I hope you enjoy what you're listening to. And like I said, please support independent artists. And check this one out.
Saw you strolling from afar. Dip, the glide, the bounce. Then your smile lifted high. To cradle every ounce of me caught up in worry of what has yet to be. Every piece of me that feels what I cannot see. So the question is, can I deal with me? So I don't slow down the growth of you and me. 'Cause I know I love you, dear, in a place that can't be moved. And I know that it's sincere, 'cause you have nothing to prove. So I let go of control and fall into what's meant to be. 'Cause there's no room for fear when you're loving me. It's so hard to find examples of love that lasts for long, and there's so much that could happen and change all that we've known. Everything that worries me is just out of my hands. Everything you mean to me is right where we stand. So the question is, can I deal with me? So I don't trip up the movement of you and me. 'Cause I know I love you, dear, in a place that can't be moved. And I know that it's sincere, 'cause you have nothing to prove. So I let go of control and fall into what's meant to be. There's no room for fear when you're loving me. Yeah.
Ooh, you know I hate to fade it. Well, you know, when I first started these podcasts, I used to play the whole song.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody called up and said, somebody told me, said, well, Troy, I think you shouldn't play the whole song. I think you should play just a little bit of it. And then therefore, you keep people wanting more.
Yeah, that's true.
I say, okay. But sometimes the good part is at the end.
I know, I was about to say, and there's a lot of more with that song. That song's
I
like
know.
6 minutes long.
That's why I say I hate to fade it. Shoot.
Yeah.
So you have a new song out. Is that going to be on the new album coming out? I'm hoping.
It is. So the new single is called I Am Love. Came out October 20th. So it's been out for a little over a month now. And it's getting some really nice feedback. I put out the music video a couple weeks ago. So I'm feeling good. I'm very proud of this work. And I can shout out a different collaborator on this one. Well, actually, Drew did produce this song. He did produce the song. He helped me with this album a lot. The new album is called Awakening Part 2. So this is continuation of Awakening Part 1 that had Clumsy and No Room for Fear. So Awakening Part 2 is coming out early next year. Okay. I'll say this around my birthday.
Okay. But then you got to come
Pisces,
back.
Yeah, a little Pisces birthday gift for us. Yes, I would love to come back. But yeah, I want to shout out Jacob Ungerleiter, who is an amazing pianist. Just one of my very favorite pianists I've ever worked with. He just has such a feel, and I feel like my voice and his playing just fit so well together. We did 2 songs on the new project, and I Am Love is the single. And yeah, it's such a nice little like tune. Like it just makes me happy. Sometimes, we listen to a lot, so you can tell that I try to be lyrically rich in what I write, and I try to have depth. And sometimes I have to pull myself back from being too wordy. Mm-hmm. But I think on I Am Love, I managed to say what I wanted to say in the simplest way possible. And for the most part, and I'm really proud of that just as a songwriter. I feel like I got my point across, but I kept it, just like a nice little, like if you're almost sitting reading a sonnet, just like short, poetic, and hopefully beautiful to listen to.
Well, it is. But did you always write? How did you know that did you write poems and stuff as a kid? And you said, well, ooh, these could be put into songs, or this is something that you just started doing?
No, I always wrote poetry. I wrote poetry before I started singing. It was another one of those things I didn't really share with people very much, but I always loved writing. I always loved words. And so that's, if you go on my like Instagram or anything, I always put at the top like a woman with a voice and a pen, because for me, it's about both. Like I love singing, but I really love writing as well. And I love, just playing with words. Like when I have writer's block, which doesn't happen that often, but it does sometimes. One of my favorite things to do is just read poetry, or read fiction that has really beautiful language to it. Like I love Toni Morrison and Maya Angelou, and because it's just listening or seeing and listening to how other people use language is really inspiring to me, like finding new ways to say things. So, I love writing, and I've been writing poetry since I have a book of poetry from when I was like 6 years old, actually.
Wow. You should publish it one day, huh?
Oh, goodness, no.
Well, you could start from 6 and then work your way up.
Right. Yeah, true.
To hear the progress.
It wasn't until college when I started trying to write songs, though. And that was because I realized, like, okay, I want to sing, so let me see if I can write some songs too. And that was a different challenge, because music, it has a different structure. You have to fit things within a time limit. You only have so many syllables in a phrase, so it's challenging to write short form like that, song wise, when you have a lot to say. So, although I always say, like, I can never be a rapper because I don't have enough to say. Like,
right.
If you're a rapper, you have to have so much to say. I definitely don't have that much to say, but
you gotta squeeze a lot of words in it.
Yeah, I can't do it. But I do appreciate just like songcraft, and I love trying to figure out, like, what do I say in a bridge? Like, how do I keep it interesting? How do I flip the storyline? Those kind of things. So I hope that comes through in the writing. But I would say this new song, I Am Love, started just as a poem. It started as a poem. It was just a little poem I wrote just for fun. Like I was traveling, I had my little notebook, and I was just, writing, thinking about different things. And actually the first kind of lines I wrote are actually the second verse of the song, where I say, if green be the color of the heart, which is the heart chakra, the color of the heart chakra is green. So if green be the color of the heart, and rose be the color of love, rose, like rose quartz, is the stone of love. So if green be the color of the heart and rose be the color of love, then let me be a spring branch glistening in the rising sun, because I am love. So it's just a way to play around with imagery and color, and, you know, and also my favorite affirmation, which is I am love. So that was the genesis of this song.
Well, you know, we got to play it. Because this is the song that turned me on to you. I was like, oh, wait, Mickey, what are you talking about over here? Mickey, who that girl is? So this is the latest single, I Am Love. I know you're going to enjoy it as much as I do.
Sweet, be a peach on your lips, and warm, be the sun on your skin. Let me be an August afternoon of all your favorite things, 'cause you're my favorite. Doobie doobie doo. If green be the color of the heart, and rose be the color of love, then let me be a spring branch glistening in the rising sun, 'cause I am love. Doobie doobie doo. If joy be a thing of the sun, and peace be a thing of the moon, then I'll sing. 'Cause I am love, and I'll sing. 'Cause I am love. 'Cause I am love. 'Cause I am love. 'Cause I am love. 'Cause I am love.
All right. I know I said I usually stop him, but I let this one play.
Well, it's very short too. So yeah, you can let that one play.
Right. Just let it play. So, plus it's the single. So, you know, you'll need to hear the whole thing of that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just the other day, I saw you in practicing a song. Is that going to be something that's going to be on the new album? He was playing the guitar. Jim was playing the guitar. You was singing in the room. And I
What was I practicing? I don't even remember now. Well, the new album it's done. It's actually been done for a while. It's been done for a while, but it's I'm getting the vinyl manufactured, getting the CDs manufactured. It's done. So I'm excited about it. I hope that people really feel it. I think there's some beautiful music on there, and also some important messages. And I didn't even talk about I haven't mentioned the inspiration behind the album yet, which was a book that I read by Bell Hooks. So Bell Hooks is a Black feminist, writer, author, teacher. She passed away, unfortunately, last year. But she has a book called All About Love that I read in, I think 2017. And after I read the book, I said, I have to make an album about this. A lot of my work is inspired by text. Like Awakening Part 1 was inspired by 2 other books that I read. I was in the process like between 2016, 2017, right around the time I got married. I was reading a lot of books about unconditional love and, just trying to look into what it feels like, acts like, thinks like, sounds like, just digging into unconditional love and realizing that love is not something that we just do and figure out along the way. We can study it and we can become better at it. We can be better at loving our romantic partners, our families, our communities, ourselves. And so that was kind of my own personal work I was doing. And so,
because you just said something, and I think about people who have gotten married through an arrangement. They don't even know each other really, but they learn to love each other. Well, at least I think they do in some cases.
Hopefully, right? All goes well.
Right. So you, like you say, it's something that you can learn about. You teach yourself. So that's such a comment to really think about, because we're always in a situation, we always wait for this aha, like, oh, that's the one, because they look this way, or they make me feel this way, or this, whatever the situation may be. But sometimes you get there and you're like, all right, people are so quick to run instead of learning how to keep the love alive, to change, to learn.
Yeah, no, you do. You have to learn, because people evolve. You evolve. I've been married. Me and my husband were talking last night, and we realized like March will be married for 7 years, which feels like a really long time for us, But yeah, it's a constant learning thing. You constantly have to be checking in with yourself. Like, am I really listening? Am I choosing compassion? Am I seeking to understand in this moment? And the more that you do that work for yourself, the easier it becomes with everyone else. And that was a lesson from one of the books that inspired Awakening Part 1. It's a book called The Mastery of Love by the author Don Miguel Ruiz. And I don't remember the exact quote, but he basically says, the more that you learn to love yourself, the easier it is to love everyone else, which is so, so true. So yeah, I was reading these books, and the Bell Hooks book, it just went so deep. Like, it went beyond the romantic, although she does talk about that. It went beyond love of self, although she does talk about that. It went into divine love, and it went into, how we raise our children and how we treat the environment and nature, all these different things. It went into community care, like how we build our societies, what are we choosing to build our societies around, and all these different things. And so I really wanted to write an album that kind of touched on all those different things. And that album became Awakening Part 2. And the I Am Love song is obviously personal. Like I said, it started just as a poem. And I was, I Am Love is one of my personal affirmations I use a lot. But she has a whole section of the book where she talks about how affirmations were really powerful in her own life, and how they were transformative for her, and how many people think of affirmations as corny or surface level, but how they can really, reaffirm your sense of self and also help you manifest what you want in life. And so that's kind of the story behind I Am Love, is that I had all these little pieces of songs I was kind of already working on, and I wanted to create something that really spoke to what she talks to in the book. And that's how I kind of tied everything together. So I Am Love is the first kind of little entryway into that. Also, Spirit Tell Me, which I put out in 2020, another song, is also on the album. I guess that's technically the first single. Although when I put it out, I didn't think of it that way. I was just like, it's 2020 and I wrote this song. that talks about how to make it through difficult times, and I want to put it out. But that's also on the project as well. Yeah, and that's what the song is really about, is just uncertainty. You know, sitting with uncertainty and trusting in whatever, you know, consciousness that you feel guides you. I just call it spirit because I feel like that's all encompassing, but you know, whatever that is for you personally, even if it's just your own heart, but just sitting with that and trusting. So yeah, that's what that song is about.
I love it. So,
and I wrote that with Musina, who's another brilliant vocalist, producer, songwriter, Black woman based in DC, and she wrote those beautiful strings. They just flow over you. I love them so much. So shout out to Musina as well.
Musina, with the M, correct?
Yes, with the M.
Shout out, girl. You did the thing. and who did you get to play the strings?
I found the string players. Don't ask me to name them all right now because I'd have to look it up to make sure I don't get anybody's name wrong. But yeah, we had a violin and cello and bass, I believe, as well. So yeah, and viola. There were beautiful string players. And they came to the studio in the midst of COVID too, and we managed to make it work with all the masks and the spacing and everything. So I'm thankful to them for making it work, making it happen.
Yeah, because you don't hear strings in music like you used to, and it's so wonderful to hear it.
Yeah, you don't hear it because it's expensive.
Okay.
You don't hear it because it's expensive, basically. But you know, when the song needs it, you do what you got to do. You know.
You know what? Let's go out with Spirit Tell Me. I mean, I'm not kicking you off right now. I'm not kicking anybody off, but when we do go out, let's go out with Spirit Tell Me.
Hey, this is Devon Howard, and you're listening to BAAS Entertainment Podcast.
I want to let people know, too, there is another single dropping soon. So keep an ear out for that. And, definitely look me up, join my email list. If you go to my website, cecilymusic.com, that's CECILYMUSIC.com. Right on the first page, you can join my email list and keep up with me. That's always the best way to keep up with me because, you know, these social media platforms, they want me to pay in order for my followers to actually see what I post, you know, everything. You got to run an ad for everything. So I got almost 10,000 followers, but unless I run an ad, you know, very few people are going to see what I post. So if you join the email list, that's always the best way to keep up with everything I'm doing, new releases, tours, because there's a tour in the works and next year's, or I should say in the spring. So definitely keep up with me, and I appreciate you all.
Because you know that was my next question. When are we going to be able to see you live?
Yes. It shall be soon.
All right.
It shall be soon. And if you live somewhere and you want me to come, shoot me a message. I'm working on that now. I'm booking things, so reach out to me.
All right. Most definitely.
And Troy, where are you based out of?
I'm in Danbury, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Is that close to New Haven? What's that close to?
New Haven is about an hour away.
Okay.
Danbury is like New Haven and Norwalk and all those. They're on the east. They're on like 95. Danbury is like on the west side of Connecticut. It's like right after you get out of Westchester, New York. The first town in Connecticut is Danbury. When you're on the east side, or when you're on the west side of Connecticut.
Yeah. I've seen that on the train actually before.
So, and I call it like the suburbs of New York City because you know everybody works in the city and commutes down there just about. So.
Yeah, actually, my first one of my first mentors who also went to college with my mom at Swarthmore. She's an amazing vocalist, and her name is Vanice Thomas. She's soul and blues oriented, daughter of Rufus Thomas.
Oh, okay.
And she also used to sing backup for Aretha Franklin for years. And she's a great person, but I used to go out to her house a lot. Real Love on the project self-titled Cecily, I co-wrote with her and recorded in her home studio. And I used to take the train. I think she was like one stop before you get to Connecticut. So out in Westchester. So yeah, I'm familiar with the area. Shout out to Venice.
Shout out Venice. Yeah, I mean, I used to do it also. I used to do that commute for like 10 years. Almost 10 years before I retired. And I'm so glad I don't have to do it anymore.
No, commuting takes a lot out of you. I'm trying to figure out how to just work from home. Obviously, when you're gigging, you can't work from home, but it's commuting is a lot.
Yes, it is. So, I mean, I'm thinking about, I'm like, you know what? Excuse me. I said, I'm thinking, if I decide I want to do another a JOB thing, it's going to be something that I can do remotely, that I can do from no matter where I'm at.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
So I just want to say thank you for gracing us with your presence and your voice and your beautiful energy.
Thank you again for having me and for digging into my whole music catalog in such a short amount of time. You managed to listen to 10 years of music in like a week. So I appreciate you. Thank you for the beautiful questions and, and for the kind words as well.
My pleasure. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, if I'm going to do this, I need to know more than just one song. Correct?
Yeah, no, it is good. I mean, hopefully all my songs are a good introduction to me. So I hope any song you hear, you feel like you know me a little bit, but it was actually really fun to kind of go through everything. Cause I was just, in October when I put out the single, I Am Love, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, I don't know if this counts as a curse word, but I was like, damn, I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm really proud of myself, because like you said, my first stuff came out in I think I did put something out in 2012, but 2013 is, when Heaven in Your Eyes came out. So it's been a journey and I feel like I'm becoming more myself. And so this was like a fun little retrospective.
Well, I'm glad you was able to go on the ride with me and I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And matter of fact, I want to tell you all, everybody that's listening, that you can hear, Cecily's music on the BAAS Entertainment playlist. It's the BAAS Entertainment Indie Soul Plus playlist 2023. And I have, I Am Love on there, as well as on the BAAS YouTube channel. The video for I Am Love is on there also. So if you just want to, hear a mixture of things, you can go there. I have, please. Matter of fact, let me look it up. I think I put too many songs on the playlist, but let me see how many songs on this playlist. 448 songs.
That's a nice little cross-country road trip.
31 hours and 12 minutes worth of music on this playlist. And so it covers everything from jazz, R&B, house, inspiration. So that's why there's so many songs on this playlist. And I like to, switch it up. I think if you put it on random and shuffle and you just go and do what you got to do and you just, enjoy the different changes that it takes you through. So go over there and check it out. I think, this is going to be a new year. So in this new year, I think I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to give you different playlists. One jazz, one R&B, one. I don't know. I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do it yet. But maybe it's just too many songs on one playlist. What do you think, Cecily?
I think both work. One big old playlist, like I said, you can listen while you drive from LA to DC. And I think, curated playlists like by genre are also good. Kind of fits the mood of whatever you're doing.
All right. So maybe I'll make a big one and then make little ones off of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you already have your big one.
Well, in the new year, I might change it up.
Change it up. Yeah.
Yeah, keep it fresh.
A little refresh, exactly. That's always good for the new year.
You always got to keep it fresh. So, matter of fact, we'll talk about that once we end the podcast. But yeah. That's what I was saying. Please. I got off track. Yeah, so check out the BAAS Entertainment playlist. It's on Spotify and iTunes. Also go to YouTube channel, the BAAS Entertainment channel. Check me out on the website. We have BAASentertainment.com, BAAS, not BASS. It's more like BAAS. You gotta stretch out that A little bit. But it's BAASentertainment.com. And check us out on Instagram, which is my name, Troy T. Saunders on Instagram. On Facebook is Troy Saunders, as well as BAASentertainment.com. I have 2 pages there. On X, which used to be called Twitter, it's BAAS Entertain, because they didn't give me enough characters to put entertainment on it. So it's BAAS Entertain. And I'm on LinkedIn. The only thing I'm not on is TikTok. Folks,
you should get on TikTok. You should get on. I just started a TikTok. Well, actually, I started a couple years ago, but I just started posting again, and it's fun. TikTok is fun.
I should get on TikTok. My daughter, she don't believe I'm not on TikTok. She said, because she sent me some things that she want for Christmas, and she said, and it's a TikTok list. I'm like, Indigo, I am not on TikTok. Yes, you are.
Oh, your daughter's name is Indigo?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I was thinking, I don't have any kids yet, but that's on my short list of children's names. I love that name. That's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she said, yeah, you are. You on everything. I'm like, I'm not on TikTok. And she still don't believe me. But anyway, maybe in the new year, I'll be on TikTok.
I think that's where everything's heading. So you might as well get there now.
I know. Because, especially on Facebook and Instagram, it seems like there's less people on there.
I remember actually, because I was always on Facebook. I got on Facebook when it was like invite only still. I was 15 or 16 and my friend had to invite me. And I was late to the Instagram train. Somebody was like, "You're not on Instagram?" This was like in 2012 or 2011. I was like, "No, I mean, it's just pictures. There's no word,
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like I'm always on Instagram. And then when, TikTok became a thing, I was like, it's just videos of dances and stuff. But no, TikTok has everything. And most of the content I engage with on Instagram is just reposted TikToks at this point. True. So yeah, you might as well get there now. Just have fun with it. I think that's what's fun about TikTok. It's very low stakes. just have fun with it and see what happens,
All right. Maybe I will. I downloaded the app, but I still haven't started a profile yet.
That's fair. So. You also, no pressure because there's too many other things to do.
Who you telling?
Yep.
And being a one-man band, I'm like, I want to hire somebody or, get an intern or something that does all this stuff for me. But the only thing about it, I have somebody that does, post to the websites and stuff like that. I mean, not the websites. Yeah, post to the website and puts up the new episodes or the podcast and stuff like that. But I think of so many things during the day that I can post that it's impossible for them to know what I'm thinking, And by the time I text it to them, say, "Oh, put this up," blah, 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 I could have done it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
what type of stuff people on TikTok love? They love if you say like, "Here are 3 independent R&B artists that you should know." and then you just put people on and new stuff. People love that kind of thing. Or, here's 5 new songs for your, slow jams playlist or whatever. People love that stuff. And that's what you already do. So you can do that on TikTok.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, but do you play the song or you just tell them the name and the title?
People play the songs. They'll play either little parts of the song, or they'll put one song in the background and put up the different album covers and the names so people can look them up. Or I'll send you a couple things you can see what I'm talking about. But people love that stuff. And
what is the time limit on your TikTok?
Now it's 10 minutes, but most people do about 1 minute. 1 minute videos or 30-second videos are pretty popular, but you can put up to 10 minutes in a TikTok video now.
Oh, all right.
It's very just like I said, just have fun with it.
Well, once again, I want to say thank you for coming on. It has been a pleasure.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. I really had a good time.
I'm going to send you, stay in contact. I'm gonna email my number and everything.
That's perfect. Yeah, thank you for that. We'll definitely keep in touch.
Please do. Oh, one more thing I meant to say. I keep forgetting about all these things that I need to say in reference to BAAS Entertainment. I also, please, go on out and get your BAAS t-shirt and your BAAS candle. They're also on the website, www.baasentertainment.com. They were on sale in the month of December for 50% off. But it's a new year, so you'll miss the sale. So right now, they're $15 for the candle. No, $30 for the candle, and $30 for the T-shirt. Right now, I don't have any more sweatshirts, but soon, I guess I'm going to get some more sweatshirts because those are really popular items. People love a sweatshirt. And all of these are wonderful quality. And one thing I love about, my product that is great quality, everybody that gets them say, you know what, I washed this T-shirt, I don't know how many times, and it still looks brand new. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot, I can't have anything out there looking sloppy with my name on it. So, believe me, it's great quality. It's a wonderful image, and it supports independent artists. Everything that I get from the sale of these T-shirts and candles, don't none of it go to my pocket because, it costs money to do podcasts. It costs money to put the stuff up. It costs money to pay for somebody else to put it up. So, shoot, that money is spent before I even get it. So please support independent artists and help me to help support independent artists by buying a T-shirt or a candle and soon some more hoodies. And maybe I'm thinking of some more merchandise. If y'all can think of some more merchandise that you might be interested in purchasing, hit me up at troy@baasentertainment.com or troyt.saunders@gmail.com. Give me some ideas. I'm always looking for more things to put on a merchandise page. And until then, let's enjoy this wonderful new year. Let's enjoy one another. Let's continue to love one another. Let's share positive vibes and positive energy. And let's, when you see somebody in the street, don't be afraid to say, hey, how you doing? Give them a smile. You never know what somebody's going through, and that might just make their day. On that note, once again, Cecily, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Troy. I appreciate you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I appreciate you as well. And we are going to go out with Spirit Tell Me. Please have a good day.
Spirit, tell me where to go. Do I have to go alone? Tell me where to go, 'cause the world's too heavy to hold. Spirit, tell me where to go to get myself out this hole. Tell me where to go. Are my dreams too bold? If you tell me, walk a mile, I put on my shoes. If you tell me, sit a while, I'm right here with you. And if you tell me, take your hand and lead me out into a place I know I'll go. Thank you for the chance, but all this space feels just too big for me. So many things have changed, and it's not always clear to see, but I've chosen to believe. If you tell me, walk a mile, I put on my shoes. If you tell me, sit a while, I'm right here with you. And if you tell me, take your hand and lead me out into a place I don't know I'll go.
Hey, it's your girl Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Wammie.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yasira. Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, this is Shireen Crutchfield.
And this is Ricky Jones.
And we are Crutchfield Jones.
Hey, this is Corey Day.
Hey, this is your girl Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca G.
Hey everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is Spaces you really used to before.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, we're checking